I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello! Welcome, AfterBuzzers, to the Nancy Drew After Show. We are breaking down episode 15. I'm your host, Chelsie Overocker, and joined with me tonight, I have Samantha Jacobs.
Hi!
And Samantha here just loves all the Nancy Drew books.
I do. I'm a little detective.
Yes, you are. And right next to Sam, we have Kate Montgomery.
Hey, y'all.
And Kate just loves an old-fashioned mystery.
I do.
She loves those mysteries. And if you're in the chat room, say hello. Samantha is running it tonight. Mm-hmm. And if you are an Apple Podcast listener and want to join in, simply go to AfterBuzz TV, select our show, and join all the fun. What a great episode. Seriously, it keeps getting better and better. Tonight, yes. I think, was personally my favorite. We're going to be breaking it down. We have Josh is alive. And Karen plays a big part in Tiffany's murder. Were we expecting that? I don't know. And then Owen and Nancy find out more information about Lucy and Ryan's relationship. And then the Drew crew has to perform another ritual to get Lucy's bones. Ooh, gave me goosebumps. And that leads into our special segment of Who Done It with Sam. And then for news and gossip, Horseshoe Bay celebrated Harbor Day. And we are going to give you some weird holidays that people celebrate. So you want to tune in for that. And then we have our predictions. But before we get into tonight's episode, ladies, what were your thoughts?
I knew it. I just want to say I knew it twice.
Yes.
Josh was walking. He came off of the thing.
I was just like, what?
That's all I have to say. I'm speechless.
Listen, panel 500K0. So many L's. Owen, dude still being alive, like Karen. I took so many L's on this episode. I was just like, what is happening? Yeah. But it was a good episode.
It was. The first 5 minutes, I was like, no.
Yes.
And I literally thought of our conversation from last week because, we thought, okay, is he going to be alive or did someone take him? And he's alive. So that gets into our first topic for tonight. Let's backtrack. There is a camera that didn't catch that is in the garage. And they pretty much catch the murder. And then you just see Josh hanging on the... it just hanging there. And then suddenly it flashes. And then he gets up and then he walks towards the cabinet and he gets in. And that's when it dawns on Nancy, like, oh my God, he's still in there. So she opens up the cabinet and he's gone. But
can I just say, when she started to go towards the cabinet... Hold up. Why Nick was like, Nancy, don't. And then he let her keep walking like, I'm not going to walk over to that cabinet. He was just like, Nancy, don't.
He's been like that lately,
I'm going to stay right here. I'm not about to die.
Because he realizes that with Nancy, you can't tell her what to do. She's going to do it anyway. So he's just like, Nancy, yeah, never mind. You're not going to listen to me. Forget it. But because on the camera it kept flashing when Josh was getting up, do you guys think it was a supernatural presence that's in his body somehow? That's why he's able to be alive? Because let's just be real. Who can survive that?
Yeah.
Getting burned alive pretty much, electrocuted? No.
Maybe Lucy saved him.
So
maybe she did.
Or did the mom? See, we had that theory last week. Did the mom help save him? Because she was still technically there. She didn't go to the home yet. Right?
Right.
Well, you think, okay, so he gets in the cabinet and then it goes blank. The camera goes blank. Yeah. So you think maybe she opened up the cabinet door and got him out of there before they realized that he was gone?
Yeah.
No.
Or he just got electrocuted again.
Well, there's just static on the video. And usually when there's static, that means it's some supernatural presence.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of save it more for our theories, but I'm thinking that there's some supernatural presence inside of Josh, and that's why. It's not really Josh. It's some ghost that's just taking over Josh's body.
Interesting.
I like it.
There are ghosts all over.
There are
the place.
ghosts everywhere. I don't know. We'll see. Because I was like, there's so much static, and then it just goes blank.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's still another mystery. So they're trying to figure out, okay, Josh killed Tiffany, and they know it was the poison. But the number one question we had last week was, how did he get that poison? And that's when Ace and Nick are being detectives, and they pull together. And I love how Ace brings his dad into the picture, and they go and look at Claire's files, and they look at Josh's files, and they're like, okay, how did Claire and Josh meet up? And the timeline does not even match, because the last, what they said was 2009. Was the last killing. So they're thinking, how did this happen? And then they're thinking, and then they pull up saying, okay, something happened in the police station. Something went missing, and we learn that the vials got switched out. So when they bring Nancy back on board, they get into the evidence room, and Nancy's like, okay, this seal is brand new. There's no way that this happened 15 years ago. And it was switched with water. And Kay, are you ready for this? We find out Karen was involved.
Womp, womp, womp. Okay, listen, here's the thing.
Okay, here we go.
I'm not saying what Karen did was right. Because she tried to poison and kill a man. But he murdered her best friend, as far as she knows. I'm not saying it's right, but I am going to say, Karen, I understand.
Justice for Lucy.
I understand.
That's
Justice.
that was her excuse.
Justice for Lucy. But it's like, would you really go that far?
Because, listen, she said, I know the system favors the privileged, but those guys are on a whole different level. And she said he was prying on another young girl, and I couldn't let that happen again. So I think that she was going to try and be on the up and up at first and try and, like, you know, track him down and do all this investigation. But then when she figured out, like, he was messing around with George, she was just like, you know what? No, like,
not again.
She hit the Iyanla, not on my watch. So I was like, it's not right, but I understand. That was like one bridge too far for her. So I liked that she was just like, I couldn't let him do that again. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. Well, it you know, extreme circumstances. Yeah. I didn't like how Nancy came at her, though. I was like,
Yes, very harsh. She's really ballsy.
Oh, yeah.
To an adult, like, she really just goes to town to all of them. And she talked like that to her father. Yeah. She's talking that to her mom's best friend.
I was like, you don't know Karen? To come to Karen and say, because you were tired of how the world works, you decided to do X, Y, and Z. I was like, Karen, come through with the read, honey.
She should have said something back, especially when she made that punch about Lucy.
Yes.
When she said Lucy would be ashamed or whatever.
Her mom.
Yeah.
Like, my mom would be ashamed. I was like, you know what? You don't know Karen's life, girl.
She's so sure of herself, too, because even she's like, this is water. For sure, it's water. And then Ace just took the sip.
Would you have drink in it?
No.
Would you?
No. I don't trust anybody that much.
No. And then even Ace's dad was like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
And he's like, I trust Nancy. Of course he does.
He loves her.
He loves her. But
He does.
Well, here's the thing. Karen has worked with Josh before. Josh is missing. Do we think Karen knows where Josh is, or they have been in communication since Josh disappeared?
Yes, because before you said the ghost thing,
Yes.
I thought it was an edit. And Karen somehow is helping him because she's associated. So she's guilty by association. So she's got to cover up something.
That's true.
You
She
know what I
in
mean?
too deep. I was about to say no because, you know, she was fussing at him last time. Like, you did this wrong, and now I got to figure out how to bail you out of this. Like, oh, my gosh. I thought you could do one simple thing and, like, kill this guy, and you ruined it.
And she didn't know that the camera was up there because Nancy pulled out the phone and said, hey, this is you two, clearly.
That's true.
You guys
It's on the
have a
cloud.
Yeah, it's on the cloud. So, yeah, she would have covered her tracks if she knew that camera was up there, or they wouldn't have not talked in the garage. So I think she was completely blindsided by that. I don't know. I think Karen still is a big part of this mystery. And do we still think she had something to do with Lucy's death? She covers by saying, hey, this is what Ryan did to Lucy. I want justice. But do you think there's still something that went on that night?
She knows something. And I don't know if she's protecting Nancy's dad or somebody else, but I think that she wants to frame Ryan, and he's not really the killer.
No.
I don't know if she's trying to protect Nancy's dad at all. She's trying to put him in jail now.
She threw him under the bus. If she was trying to protect him, she would have got him out way sooner or not went about the way she did.
Yeah.
And she was the one that arrested him as well.
Can I just say, I just want to know if it was real, you guys. Did they actually love each other, or were they in a relationship, or were they both faking each other out? What is gonna, I mean, I know eventually we're gonna find out, and I'm devastated already. I'm in my feelings because Karen is a murderer, but then also maybe she didn't have a true love match on top of it.
I need to write this down.
Karen.
I think Carson thought it was real. I think Karen was playing it a little bit on her side. Just my thought.
For what evidence? Was she trying to get into the household and snoop?
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
She could have been there the night Lucy died and is wanting Carson to believe that he was the one that was involved. Because she could have been involved. I don't know.
See, or is it all a plan? Because the dad is like, it's okay, Nancy, stop investigating, stop. He's so pushy about not being saved.
He really is.
He's like, do not save me.
And here's the thing. I was like, why wouldn't he go with her? Like, she was like, I'm going to spend the whole day, your last day at home, investigating and trying to uncover this. Wouldn't you be like, there's a chance I might not see my kid again. I'm going to just go with you. Because he was at home doing nothing. He was like making coffee, chilling.
I thought he was under
He's house arrest. He can't go anywhere.
He has the bracelet.
Ace could have fixed that.
Yeah, true. Facts. You're right.
Or Karen.
Fix that bracelet.
Karen could be working with Mr. Hudson. Because doesn't he know police officers in the force anyways? That's why they were able to get away with all of the crime that they've had in the past. So maybe Karen is their go-to.
Somebody off.
Yeah. Wouldn't it surprise me?
Where's Chief McGinnis?
I know.
I'm disappointed not to see Chief McGinnis.
They mentioned him briefly.
Yeah.
But he hasn't shown up.
But he's been off the canvas, which is also really suspicious too. So
it is suspicious, isn't it?
Anytime no one's there, I'm wondering what is going on.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
But so that solves that. But Josh is still out there, and the last they heard was there was a boat missing from the harbor.
Yeah.
And they kind of feel like Josh is the one that took it. And we don't know if Josh
put an APB out for a man completely burned. For somebody with a melted face, he should not be hard to find. Like,
the Coast Guard should find him. Or see him. Wouldn't they be like, there's a half-burnt man.
Yeah,
he needs
where
help.
is he? He's just walking around.
He's fully burnt.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way he could survive that. So I'm thinking there has to be some supernatural presence with it. Who knows? We'll find out. But that is another mystery. So that kind of covers between, I think Tiffany's murder is solved now, and I think right now they're just going to be focusing more on Lucy for the next couple of episodes, but that kind of explains everything. We knew that it was really supposed to be Ryan that got the poison. Unfortunately, it was Tiffany, and then we knew Karen was the one that gave Josh the poison because she wanted justice for Lucy.
Yeah, that's really sad and unfortunate, though. Because you know, I would have much rather it to have been like somebody vindictive, but to find out that she died, you know, because of an accident,
right?
You know, she essentially got punished for her stupid husband who had been doing her wrong all of those years, and then I was just like, poor Tiffany.
And she was trying to escape. Like she had a plan to leave him, and she didn't even get to execute.
She didn't even get to get away.
I guess that's where I'm with Nancy, where she was hard on Karen by saying you killed an innocent life. So I felt like I was like, yeah, go Nancy for that. And I know, Kay, you're still a fan of Karen. I get it. But another thing we're fans of is AfterBuzz TV, and Sam has a message for us.
Yes. Thanks to you guys for listening, watching on our YouTube channel. If you're in our chat, We want you to continue chatting with us, but this is your opportunity to help us out so we can keep talking and having these amazing conversations with you fans. If you have iTunes, give us a 5-star rating on that. If you're on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, make sure you follow us, follow AfterBuzz. Make sure you retweet and tweet us so we can keep the conversation going. Even though you're not with us live, you can always listen to us, and we just want to say thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Wow, let's get into Owen and Nancy. Them two
I'm gonna
together.
excuse myself for this portion of the show.
No. So them two are working together because Karen tells Nancy that she needs to go back to Ryan's school and start looking at the alumni, and that would be his roommates if she wants more information about Lucy's case. So Owen tags along, and I have to say it was kind of cute when Owen was calling Bess, and he's like, why would you guys let Nancy go after murder by herself? And he's like, where is she? And I was... Anyways, I thought that was great, that them two together.
I love Chelsie staring off lovingly.
It was compassionate. It was honest.
Was it?
It was pure. What business does he
Why
have
is he trying to
caring
follow
about
her? I don't know. Why is he trying to follow her around? Why is he like, oh, let me go where you're going, Nancy?
Because
Suspicious.
he realized what he said last time they had an intimate conversation. He said the wrong thing.
Okay.
And so now he's trying to fix it.
He's trying to fix it.
Okay.
And be part. Now they have 6.
Now
No,
they
I
have
have
the
6.
6. He's part of the 6 Drew crew. And them two together go off and find one of Ryan's roommates, and they're asking questions about Ryan, and I guess he was the ladies' man. No surprise there. And then they say, okay, yeah, we know Lucy. It was this girl that he had a long-distance relationship, but he really cared for her. But what was very interesting was there was one night Lucy stopped by campus. They get into a fight, and then Lucy breaks things off with Ryan, and he comes back completely destroyed. And it sounds like from his roommate that Ryan doesn't get destroyed by a female that often. So Lucy definitely meant a lot to him. What was that fight about?
I don't know, because I wrote down, did Lucy really dump Ryan?
Wait, that...
Because, like, did she? I don't believe that. Unless something happened. Or if she did, that just makes Ryan have more of a motive in a detective's eye. He's heartbroken, he's hurt, he's distraught. Yeah. So he does something crazy.
I think there really was a fight between them because every time Nancy gets closer to the truth, especially in this episode, weird things happen. Like when Karen pointed to Nancy, you got to go check out the roommate. That's when Nancy had a vision of Lucy and then the teeth coming out. And then, I know that was a little too much. And then after Owen and Nancy get done talking to Ryan's roommate, then they're in the car. Lucy comes out of nowhere, jumps on the windshield, and you see all this blood coming out of her eyes. Nancy gets out of the car, and then there's these bones everywhere. So I feel like that was Lucy's message saying, you're getting closer, keep going.
Yeah? Well, where I'm kind of confused is, was Lucy the last person to call the, what is it? I want to say alpaca, the ghost thingy.
Oh, yeah. How do you pronounce it? It's called Elgaca. I think that's Iglaca.
I'll go with alpaca.
Alpaca. We'll just
Okay, we know what you're talking about.
But
the Iglaca.
So my thing was she trying to show her that she was the last person who did that? Or that's what's going to help you get the clue? You know?
Yeah.
Because does that show that Lucy just died of a natural cause and that's why you're getting the bones? And her and Ryan really did have a fight, and then Ryan went home, and then he found out the next day that Lucy died, you know? Like, did she wish, like, oh, I wish that we were back together, and then it was going to happen, and then something happened?
It could be.
That's a good point. I mean, when she did want it to show her, you know, come and see I got poisoned at the diner, she just kind of hid behind the diner, and then she had to piece it together. So, I don't know. That's a good point.
That's a
It's
really
a
good
good,
point,
yeah.
Sam. Well,
I really like the broy,
Yeah,
guy though.
I
That
know.
guy played that role perfect. He was
did.
hilarious. I helped her out because I'm for women.
Yeah.
yes.
I was like,
Oh, please.
what did he say? Me 3?
Me 3.
I was like, oh no.
Oh my gosh.
This guy, that was perfect. I was like, that looks like the kind of circle that Ryan would run in because he's
The
that kind of guy,
fraternity.
that kind of
Well,
bro guy.
because he said that I got in trouble. I was the one who got suspended for 2 weeks for the alcohol thing. So
Yes.
Brian couldn't have been gone that long. So if she died off of that cliff, I don't think there was enough time.
And don't you feel like when he came back, he would have been totally devastated? He was devastated when she broke up with him.
Imagine if.
I mean, well, I don't know the mind of a killer, but like, I don't know.
I don't
when
know.
When you push somebody off a cliff and then go back to class, would you be like, whew, got rid of them?
Maybe.
Or would you be like, the love of my
I
life?
mean, in
had to
power,
kill her,
they kill a
hate
lot
to
of
do
people
it.
in power. And
Do
they're
they?
always like straight
Straight face.
Yeah. And like the next, your day moves on.
I that's. I
You
think,
got finals. I mean, you're in school.
I think we need to keep an eye on that roommate because when Nancy asked, "Do you remember August? This date." These letters happened where Ryan was going to go meet Lucy. He's like, "Oh, I remember that date very well." How do you remember a date so far back?
Yeah, a long time
A
ago.
long time ago. It's just
he
the
got
way,
caught
it's just the way he said it.
He was remembering a
That
lot
was
of
the
stuff.
day I got caught with the alcohol. I remember it so much. Who knows? Maybe the roommate had something to do with Lucy's
What
death
was his
too.
name?
I wrote it down.
Roommate. I'm just going to put roommate.
She's like roommate.
Roommate.
Rhymes.
Chad, I believe, is his name.
Ooh, that's a good name for that
Yeah, that's a
character.
broy name. Yes, perfect.
Yeah,
He's a Chad.
he's a Chad. I don't know, Chad. We got to see here, but I think Chad's going to stay on the canvas a little bit longer. I don't think he's just the roommate and then that's it. Who knows? We'll see. And they might need more information from him too as well. So they're probably going to still continue to do business with him just to see. But let's go into our Drew crew. They have to perform this other ritual. Haven't they learned by now rituals aren't a good thing to
And
do?
that's why I'm with George, because she was like, no, I don't want to do this again. And everyone's like, yes, this is our thing. We love it.
And then
We
Bess,
summon spirits, and sometimes they almost kill us. Let's go.
and
I'm
then
like, no.
Bess was like, don't worry, I'll keep sure you don't get possessed this time. And then George was like, oh yeah, that's reassuring. But
No. So we're like, guys, come on.
so
There has to be an end.
with this ritual, they all have to walk into the water, prick their fingers with a knife, and then Bess is saying, okay, this is so unsanitary. Have the blood drop into the water, drop the wreath in the ocean, and then call out the Igleika for the lost bones of Lucy. That's a lot of steps. And I didn't think the Igleika was going to come, and then we see this black stuff in the water, and then the bones just appear, and ooh, that was... And then they're all collecting these bones. But what was really interesting was they have the mirror, and then George's like, okay, you got to finish it. And Nancy has the mirror, and it's Owen that appears, and then his eyes are all bloody. So is that a sign that he had something to do with Lucy's death then?
See, this is where I
No,
don't know.
I think that's the toll, right? Because
Right.
he's the toll. The whole part of the like little rhyme thing is you go, you make the wreath, you summon the Igleika, you ask for what you want. But in the end, you have to pay a toll, right?
Oh, he was the toll.
He's the toll.
But
Okay.
why is he the toll?
And your reflection is the toll. Because the Igleika knows that he's a jerk and nobody should like him. So it's like him. No, I'm just kidding.
Isn't he like one of the
They said he's the
Excuse
oldest
me.
son. They said like, he's the oldest living heir or whatever son or,
Is
blah,
it
blah,
because
blah.
he's the one of the founders? No, not part of the founders, but
He's a Marvin.
Yeah.
he's a Marvin.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, because the Harbor Day celebrates the first ship landing on Horseshoe Bay. So, and that's what the Igleika is all about, right? So since the Marvin family, populated that area, he's the last, or, the last living son heir from those pioneer group of people or whatever.
Okay, thanks for explaining
So,
that. Because I was wondering,
I mean-
why is he in the mirror and why is his eyes all bloody like it was with Lucy Sable when her eyes were all bloody? And I was thinking, is that a metaphor?
Did the Igleika get Lucy Sable?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
So
That
you
is
think
why
but it happened
she
in
said
August.
that because her and Rai got in a fight and then decided, I'm never going to talk to you again. She iglaka'd and wished for them to get back together, and then the toll was herself. Or she was helping someone, and the toll became her, and that's why the bones are going to show that she wasn't murdered. Like, it was the spirits that did it.
Because it doesn't have to be Harbor Day for you to call out the Igleika, right? You could do it any time.
I thought it.
Oh, it has to be Harbor Day.
thought it was
Okay,
Harbor
that
Day.
was-
It's only one day a year.
Yeah.
But was Harbor Day the same day as the crowning?
No, because the whole Lucy thing happened in like July, right?
August.
July or
Okay,
August.
So summertime.
Yeah,
and it's
okay.
like crazy.
So
Yeah,
then
there's
never
snow
mind.
on the banks and stuff. Yeah. So
I just thought that was weird. Okay, I'm like, okay, Owen's eyes was bleeding in the mirror, and so was Lucy's. Like, this whole episode, Lucy's eyes are bleeding.
yeah, but it went all the way up his arm. Remember, like
I know.
I was like, is he gonna rip him from the outside in? Like, what is happening? I mean, I don't care for Owen, but I felt bad for the guy. I was like, this poor guy.
Well, don't worry. He had some nice Nancy time afterwards,
He
too.
did. The music was
the music.
prime.
Oh, and I just have to say, when he looks good shirtless, Kay. Okay, can we at least give him props for that?
Honestly, you guys, I tuned out on that part. I was like taking notes about other stuff.
But so there has to still be a toll to pay because at the end, Nancy's getting sick and she coughs up that reef. First of all, I'm thinking, is this another vision? But no, it's the reef. It came back.
And it was the whole thing.
It was,
I was like, y'all couldn't give her a little
Why?
bit?
Where was Owen when all that was happening?
Right?
I know. Is it because they hooked up and now that's why it was happening, Nancy?
No, I
Is
think because
Lucy
they
a
didn't.
Marvin?
What?
Would Lucy be a Marvin? Because their eyes are red? I'm just blurting.
I don't know. Well, we have a lot of theories, and that's going to lead us into our special segment of Who Done It.
Marvin is a good.
So I feel like this is all connected.
Yes. All right.
Sam, take it away.
So we already solved the murder of Tiffany. So now we're going to be solving the murder of Lucy. So we're each going to guess who we think done it. And if you're in our chat room or on YouTube, make sure you comment and let us know who you think done it. I'm going to go first this time.
Yeah.
I have a lot of thoughts. I'm going to go with Chad.
Yeah.
I think Chad helped Ryan, and that's why that date is so specific.
Ooh.
And then Ryan was like, I can't believe you did that. And like something might have spooked him and some freak accident happened or something.
Can I piggyback off of that? I really like that
Sure.
idea.
It'd be kind of cool.
Bros helping each other, getting away with everything, not caring about consequences.
Because why
very
aren't they
flippant
friends
about it
anymore?
later.
That's so true. I'm going to bounce off of that, but
like that.
I don't think Ryan was...
like it.
I think Ryan was left in the dark, but I think Chad had something to do with Lucy's death. And he might have got involved with someone else. Like, he wasn't the one who killed Lucy, but he knew more about that day than he's leading on. So, I don't know. New character, new suspicions.
Yep.
But
Chad.
Chad. All right, Kay. Well, that leads us into our news and gossip.
Yes. So,
AfterBuzz TV News.
these people love themselves a holiday, do they not? So, they had Harbor Day. I mean, this is probably like the fourth day or festival that they've had on this small little, in this small little Maine town. It made me think about holidays, weird holidays specifically. So we all know St. Patty's Day is on the 17th, right? But did you know there are a couple of other very weird holidays? Next Thursday is March the 12th. It is Popcorn Lovers Day.
I love popcorn. Awesome.
We should bring our popcorn in.
Okay,
next
that's
week.
next week.
Okay,
Do
yes.
it. I'm
Next
gonna write it
Thursday,
down.
next episode, Popcorn Lovers Day.
Day.
And then on the 25th is Waffle Day. I love waffles. I'm team
Period.
waffle.
Me too.
I'm
Not a
team waffle.
pancake.
I'm not a pancake either. I'm team waffle. But this is what made me laugh so much. March 26th is Make Up Your Own Holiday Day.
Oh.
So my question is, if you could make up your own holiday, what would it be? Sam first.
I'm going to say chocolate chip cookie day.
Oh, I love it.
I was actually going to say Skittle Day because I love Skittles.
I didn't know that about you. That's an interesting fact. Skittles.
I love to taste the rainbow.
I'm trying to like Skittles in chocolate chip cookie. No, I'm doing too much. Yeah. So I would love like a national dessert day. I just love dessert of all types. So that would be awesome too. It probably exists. We gotta look it up.
We should Google.
do
I
it.
bet they do exist.
Awesome.
Sure. Well, really quick, let's get into our predictions. What do you think is going to be happening next episode or for the rest of the season?
Wow.
Sam?
I think that we need a Nick and Georgie. we need a Nick and Georgie. He's sleeping on our couch. You know, things happen when people are under the same roof. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I agree. I don't need anything scandalous. I don't need her ripping her shirt off. I need a nice, sumptuous kiss between George and Nick. I feel like George is very bold and forceful, and I'm kind of surprised that she hasn't taken the lead more in that. But actually, I hope she doesn't. I want Nick to chase her. And I want him to work for it a little more. But I want a romantic moment between those two. Yeah, because they're right now they're my favorit couple. I gotta say, you know, Karen is out. You know how I feel about Owen. I don't think that Lizbeth and Beth should be together. So I guess I'm just team Nick and George right now. So.
All right, I'm with both of you. I think we're going to get some George next time. I think we're going to get some Nancy and Owen time. Put away your feelings, Kay. But that's my predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching the after show for Nancy Drew. We will see you guys next time. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.